there, we're going to do applications of logs eventually on 478. And it tells you there that you can use the chart in the back of the book to look them up. Everybody's got access to a calculator these days, so I don't really think you need to use the table. You could if you were desperate and didn't have a calculator. But what we're going to do is on your calculator, we're going to figure out what the values for all of these are. So it's not difficult. You just need to figure out what order to enter the buttons. On my calculator, I hit log first and then 3.8 equals. On some of the calculators, are you listening? Some of them you have to do 3.8 first and then hit the log button. Everybody on your calculator, do it right now, and you should get a value something very darn close to that. Make sure that you get on your calculator 0.5798. Yes?
May I use one of yours?
You may use one of mine.
What's the log to?
Excuse me? LOG. You should have an LOG, shouldn't you? Yes. So either you're going to hit the log button first and then type 3.8 equals, or you'll do 3.8 and then hit the button. And if you do it in the wrong order, you get an error, right? So then try the opposite way. Is there anybody who can't get 0.5798? Everybody got it? So do the next one, the log of 97,500, and I get 4.989. Do you have that on your calculator?
Yep.
All right. And then the last one, the log of 0.000542. And I think, is that it? Negative 3.26 if I remember right. Yes? It says 6 in my book. Oh, 6.6. Right, 266 I think, so, yes? Anybody who can't get those values on their calculator? Everybody's good?
I don't get the last one.
You don't get the last one? There's 3 zeros, 0.000542 for real. But you got all the others? So 0.000542 second. Oh yeah. Second log though, because we're doing inverse logs for these. It won't be. You got to hit second log for these. Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right. Well, that's weird. Oh, we forgot to hit the negative. Did you do negative? Oh, never mind. It's not negative. Oh, I only have 2 zeros. There, I got it. Maybe we both did 2 zeros. All right. So those should be fairly easy. The next ones might be a little bit, you might have to try a few more tries. What you're looking for is now, they give you this log value and you have to find what number has that for a log. So you're going to type, it's either going to be like, in some of them it's inverse and then the log. Some of them it might be a second and a log. Some of them it might be 10 to the x power. So you'll type in this and hit inverse log, second log. Some of your calculators you might have to do inverse log of 0.8995, second log of 0.8995. It should be, for your answer, it comes out to be 7.93. So whatever you need to do, what order you need to do on your calculator to get 7.93 for your answer. Can you do that now? Did you get it?
Yeah. No.
Second log, inverse log,
What's second log?
the little button up in the left-hand corner.
That's just you.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Same thing with this one, inverse log of 2.4825. It should be 304. Y equals 304. So whatever you did for this one, inverse log of or second log of, anybody that can't get it, you do have to round. Just make sure that you follow the directions, whatever the directions say, however they say to round it. Anybody that can't get it. All right, then the next thing they ask you to do are some exponent problems. And for this, you either will have a button that looks like maybe a little up arrow, or some of you have a y to the x. Somebody last hour had a y with a little box up here. So you type in this, the base, and then you hit one of these, and then you type in the exponent. And if you do that, you should get point, oh boy, 34268. Or if it says 2.68 times 10 to the negative 5, either one of those. I don't care if it's in scientific notation. Everybody good with this one? You have one of those buttons?
I don't know, I'm confused.
You have,
Do I gotta put it in parentheses?
Wait, what is it?
you might have to. Good question. Shh. Somebody last hour didn't use their calculator, whatever it was, it needed to have a right parenthesis before it would work. So if you get an error, try that. Yes?
No.
All right, I'll help you in a minute. Now, the other thing about these, we just got done doing roots, right? What did we learn a fifth root was equal to? 1/5 power, right, 493 to the 1/5. And what I would do is change this 1/5 to a decimal. What is 1/5 as a decimal?
0.2.
0.2. Now, just do the same thing you did over there. 493 to the 0.2 power, and it should come out to be 3.46, I believe.
Oh my gosh, you can also do
What? When you're typing these into your calculator, do you notice there's no base down here? All the problems we did so far had a base down there. What do we assume is the base if there's nothing there?
10.
Yes, Esther.
For the last one, what do you do for the 493.2?
For this,
Yeah.
this is to the power. You do the exact same as what you did over here. Whatever button you used for this one, that's the button you use for this. And you do the 493, and then you hit the up or the y to the x, and then a 0.2 equals. Got it? Okay, good. Anybody else that can't get it? Shh, shh. All right, so I was in the process of saying all of these. If there's no base number down there, what number do we assume the base is?
10.
10, right? Your calculator, the log button, is base 10. Well, that's all great, but what happens if I ask you to find the value of this formula?
You put your log in as a.
Well, there's something in the book called the change of base formula, and it looks like this. But really, if we're going to change to a base, probably, what's the only base we would change to? 10, right? Because then we could enter it in our calculator. So really, this one isn't all that useful. I put a little 10 in there. Look what it says. Look up here what it says. If I have log of base of one number and I want to find, it's the log of the, divided by the log of the base. So over here, if I want to find log base 4 of 7, it's log base 10, log base 10. Which one goes on top? The log of what?
7.
Right, the 7. And so obviously the log. So now on your calculator, you can actually figure out what is the log of 7. On my calculator, I get 0.8451. And on my calculator, I can actually figure out what is the log of 4. Maybe 0.6021. So if I divide those, what would log base 4 of 7 be? Maybe 1.404-ish. Is that what you get?
Question.
Yes, question.
If I have a button that like lets me put in the log of 4.
I would like you to, you're gonna need to write that out. I want you to use the log. What if your next calculator doesn't have that?
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Any other questions? Any questions?
Negative Ghost Rider.
Negative Ghost Rider, then we're good. Blake, we're good?
Good.